There's just so much mapping shit I could do, but this world wants to always throw bullshit in my face and just fuck with me on everything, and basically reduce everything to the point to where basically all I can do at this point is talk about mapping. So, like, I mean, if Hammer is going to crash kind of no matter what I do, and like, one thing I'm going to get to is overlay limits or entity limits, but like if I essentially, or like, it takes so long to select textures because that's the primary thing. As I've said a million times, textures are like one of the most important things about your level design. And that's kind of the problem with Team Fortress 2 custom maps from what I can see. Where everyone is talking about how these maps don't fit the art style, and it's like like Valve doesn't even give a fuck about the art style. I mean, they haven't cared about the art style of Team Fortress 2 for 15 fucking years or whatever. So, like, it's, why would that be a criticism of some custom map because they're monetizing it? Well, I mean, again, if nobody would buy it, they wouldn't fucking do it. But, you know, I'm very meticulous about texture selection. Okay, well, if the texture browser is going to crash like every fucking time I open it, what the fuck am I supposed to do at that point? Like, I'm not jumping through all these additional hoops to get it to work. The only thing I've seemed to notice is that the episode 2 version, even though they launch off the same launcher, the episode 2 version seems to crash more than just the HL2 version. I don't know why. All right. I don't. But, like, I don't even have Team Fortress 2 installed because, I was thinking about that. And nostalgically, I'm like, well, you know what? I would like to do what I did in 2007 and, kind of make some cartoonier looking maps using Team Fortress 2 textures because that was something I liked back in the day. Whenever Team Fortress 2 was brand new, was I would take those cartoonier looking textures and make more cartoon art style maps in the vein of like Jack and Daxter or Sly Cooper or whatever, where they have the, more vibrant colors and the kind of curved, like exaggerated geometry, right? Um, but I don't have an existing install, and I was trying to look for just a download of the textures, and if I found them, I could just put them into Half-Life 2 because I don't care about it functioning like Team Fortress 2. I just want to be able to use them. Well, I haven't found anything yet, but I mean, then this fucking problem would still be that it crashes constantly. But you know, there's a lot of kind of advanced level design stuff that I don't even see like experienced mappers be aware of. And I'm not going to mention that too much in this video, but a lot of these video games that nobody gives a fuck about the art style anymore. They don't care about the play style. Um, a Team Fortress 2 has been nothing but, fucking hat crate bullshit almost since it was brand new. And then, of course, they fucked up CSGO. And, Valve have basically shown that they don't give a fuck about the mappers or just the players in general. And, one of the ways that they do that is they, curate the maps. And they these fictional ideas of like a rotation. That was something I seen with this one Counter-Strike video where he was talking about how, oh, well, Valve has refined the maps over time and the rotation or blah blah this and that. It's like, dude, that is like common, that's modern terminology. Counter-Strike never had a fucking rotation in the past, right? There wasn't like a curated list. The rotation or whatever you wanted to call it was just the maps that were on the fucking server. Um, or like, what did they say? There's just something about, um, you know, Counter-Strike having, like competitive, whatever they called it, a competitive focus or whatever. But that was never a thing in the past. Like, yeah, there was like Cal and CPL and shit like that. But the point of Counter-Strike was not to be a competitive game. But I mean, as you can see, that's why now we're like just, fucked by Dust 2 for eternity, because now that it's considered a esports, hyper monetized fucking bullshit competitive game, um all the maps are changed to fucking fall into, order or whatever with that expectation. So what they do is they just remove everything interesting from existing levels if they even retain them at all. And it just, it modifies everyone's expectations because they're used to playing CSGO or whatever for 10 years and all this narrative shit about competitiveness, to the point to where now they'll look at the old versions of these Counter-Strike maps as if they're flawed. As I do, they weren't flawed. They made total sense in the paradigm that they were created. And I seen somebody that kind of understood this, and they mentioned Aztec, because this video I was looking at, what was pretending like Aztec had like a shitty layout or whatever. It was like CT biased, and I'm like, really? Because last time I checked, terrorists win almost every fucking time. All right, I mean, Counter-Strike source at least. But something they mentioned was about, the video was talking about how like open it is or this, that, whatever. But then somebody in the comments understood the point and said, well, yeah, but the long forgotten shield really came in handy or whatever. And yeah, that's a big part of a lot of the maps, is that they didn't make sense, or like they don't make sense now because you're seeing the maps or playing them without gameplay mechanics that got taken away 20 years ago or whatever. But like, CS Assault or DE Aztec or whatever, these choke points and wide open spaces, it's not necessarily as one-sided as it looks when you account for the fact that you used to be able to buy a fucking shield. And of course, players complain about the shields because they can't just cheese everything if you have a shield. I mean, you could just go around them or shoot them in the fucking head or whatever. But, they're such pros that they couldn't figure that out. So, one of the stupidest things of all time was like they took shields out of Counter-Strike, but they left the fucking flashbangs in. Just nobody ever uses flashbangs for valid reasons. They only use them to flash teammates on fucking purpose, because they want to sandbag everything and they want to succeed by fucking you over. So they'll just bang the fucking hallway they knew you were about to fucking go into, just to fuck you up. Yeah, but they want to take out the fuck, they want to take out the shields, and it's like, holy fuck, like almost every, like even 1.6 server already banned autos, right? And, it's just, something they mentioned as if it was a problem was that in the past in the video, I mean, they acted as if it was a problem that Counter-Strike didn't have this consistent gameplay style or whatever. And I was like, dude, that was the point. The point was to just make custom maps, try cool, interesting stuff. All right. Jeepathon or Mansion or whatever you want to mention that is like one-sided or something. Well, dude, who gives a fuck? You can have so much fun in the past with a lot of these maps, right? Like Unreal Tournament 2004, I had so much fun back in the day on trial maps where, everybody in the server had to load up the mines, the spider mines on the Scorpion, and somebody had to get in it, and then you blow it up to fling it to the next platform, and they like hit the button or whatever so that everybody could teleport to it, however the fuck it worked. But it was so much fucking fun, spending hours on that map, seeing is the way it worked was like if somebody detonated their spider mines, it detonated all of them. So somebody would always blow theirs up and just fling the Scorpion into the abyss, and it'd just be so fucking hilarious, and I would be fucking doing it a lot because it was funny, right? What is that, like a consistent gameplay design? I don't know, dude. The next trial map is like we're like jumping up a fucking pyramid, right? Does it have to be consistent, or could it just be fun and interesting? And that's the problem. Games now are too obsessed with metas and loops and this and that, even though why is CSGO or CS2 considered a competitive game? Like, because there is no meta. How can you compete when the rules are changing all the time, right? And then they have their stupid cosmetic shit. That's how I knew CS was officially. I mean, it was, in retrospect, it was dead before I ever even played it. The moment Valve got a hold of it in 2000, it was done for. But it was for sure done the moment they decided to start fucking, nickel and diming motherfuckers for custom sprays and skins they were just free mods forever. Now they want like 50 fucking bucks for a custom character model. Suck a dick, all right? But like these idiots will just, these new gamers will just lap up whatever corporate swill these fucking criminals will throw in their fucking face, won't they? Like they will happily pay the price of an entire fucking game for a stupid fucking skin in a video game. It's like, holy fuck, they monetize sprays, they monetize weapon skins, and now they even want to, like, they found a way to monetize the character select, right? Like, holy fuck. That was the thing in the past. You picked Phoenix Connection or Arctic Avengers because they look cool. Who cares if they stood out, right? Well, now you're expected to pay for standing out. Before, you either picked them because you thought they were cool and didn't give a fuck if you stood out, or it was one of those like costly signaling things of, yeah, I'm so good at the game that I don't care if you can see me easier, or like whatever. Yeah, you could pick the model that blended in better, but they want to try to put like a fucking narrative to every level. Oh, it's this motherfucker versus that, and it's always, it's just more political status narrative shit, right? The nation state, uh, you know, uh, accepted or whatever group is the good guys, but the ones that aren't, state sanctioned, those are the terrorists. Even though the state only gets by on inflicting as much terrorism as possible, but they're the good guys because they said so. And I get so tired of this. It reminds me of this Thanking Abe video, um, from like 10 fucking years ago or whatever, when he was talking about just the implicit anti-maleness in everyone's rhetoric. And his example was like everything Sam Harris said was making women, the victims. It had to be a woman. It was never a man or a boy that was a victim. It had to be women or children, nondescript, which essentially means girls, right? And not to get, too adjacent to any of that, these fake men's rights activist types or whatever, but it's the same kind of concept. Like, and that's what predictive programming is. You build in this fundamental assumption that the state has validity, and you even like make it look, you glorify it. Oh, let me pay $50 to look like a fucking, a state sanctioned criminal, right? Like Rainbow Six. Fucking God, now I don't even remember the fucking name of it. Rainbow Six, whatever the newest one is, where they started that shit with it like 10 fucking years ago and just ruined fucking Rainbow Six. I don't know. It's all bullshit. But this supposed, like this fixation on having some kind of supposed meta or loop or whatever is one of the big things killing gaming, other than that killed it rather, other than the hypermonetization bullshit. Because nothing ever tries anything new anymore. Like something I was reading earlier, and it's an article I'd read in the past, but I hadn't read it in forever, and I forgot about this. Painkiller, 2004 ass fucking Painkiller. That game was made for $1 million. That game has been beyond fucking profitable. And it's like, fuck, like a few random Polish dudes was able to make one of the best games of all time for, actually originally like 500 grand. It was the publisher that wanted them to go further with it to make it what it is now. And one of the few times publishers meddling with shit actually improved it, right? But, Well, fuck, if you have $100 million budget, all of a sudden you want to take less risks. Well, no wonder games are the same bullshit for infinity now, right? Fucking Modern Warfare bullshit